Hello and good morning. We're going to finish up part 2 of chapter 1 practice test, so make sure you pay attention. Remember, if you study and practice, rework, you can be a very good math student. So look here. Homework is due week 3. Test online, make sure you take that. Graph this point. Look here. -2, -3 is in quadrant. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's in quadrant 3. Make sure you know that. Notice that the quadrants go backwards. Make this a little smaller so I have room to work. Wrong way. Okay, so let's take a look now. Make it just a tad bigger. All right, here we go. And a little bit brighter. Okay, so the next one, which is number 10, or rather 11, you're going to distribute. So draw your arrows like it's February 14th. So you're going to get 3m plus 3 times 10 is 30 equals 13m. Draw your line. You want to get rid of, see how you have m's on both sides? You want to get rid of the smaller one. So you want to subtract 3m is smaller than this one, and that's going to give you a positive. Okay, so that's going to give you 10m. Now you're going to divide by 10 and get m is equal to 3, and then you're done. And that's all you do there. This one right here, it says find all. Let's take a look at this. You see these lines right here? That means they're equal. So you're going to say 8x, this is number 16 on your test, equals 4x plus 24. Draw a line. You have x's on both sides. You want to get rid of the smaller one, so subtract 4x is smaller. When you do, you get 4x is equal to 24. You're going to divide by 4 and get 6. So x is equal to 6, but it says find everything. So you want to substitute 6 right here. So 8 times 6, 6 times 8 is 48. So this distance from here to here is 48. You're going to plug in 6 right here. 4 times 6 plus 24. 4 times 6 is 24 plus 24 is going to be 48. So this distance from here to here is 48, and the whole distance, because I wanted everything, you're going to add up 48 plus 48, they're equal, and that's going to be 96. So the whole thing is 96. Now sometimes they only ask you for x, sometimes they ask you for one of these segments, sometimes they ask you for the whole thing. Make sure you read the question and answer the question. Let's go on. Number 18, put a star by this one. You had this on your worksheet where you had to find the missing endpoint. So look here. The trick to working these is to draw a diagram. So put number 18 on your practice test. The midpoint, that M stands for midpoint. That means this is equal to this. Put 5 and 7. One of these points is S and the other one is R. And this is your midpoint. So S is 6, 5. We don't know this one, so put x, y. This is the first thing you do. Now, you do the outside ones. All right, so 6 plus 5, or 6 plus x, divided by 2, because it's a midpoint, is equal to your x midpoint. That's 1. And then you do the y's, which is the outside one, so it's going to be 5 plus y divided by 2 is equal to your y, which is 7. And then you got to work these. So to work these, you're going to multiply by 2, and you're going to get 6 plus x, let me rewrite that, is equal to 10. Then you're going to subtract 6 from both sides and get x is equal to 4. So one answer for your x is 4. This one right here, you're going to multiply by 2. The 2's cancel. You get 5 plus y is equal to 14. And then you're going to subtract 5 from both sides and get y is equal to whatever that is, 9 I think it is. Let me just double check my work before I go on. Everything looks good, and that's how you do it. Make sure you practice, rework it, This one right here, it says EF is 4x plus 18. Well, here's EF. So put 4x plus 18. Write it on the diagram. Then it says FG is 14. Put that. And then it says EG, which is the whole thing, is 100. So you're going to add up by segment addition postulate. You're going to say 4x plus 18 plus 14 is equal to 100. Now you got to work that out. Let me think about this. So you're going to get 4x, you're going to add up these two numbers, and I think that's going to be 32. Check it on your calculator. So plus 32 is equal to 100. You're going to subtract 32 and divide by 4. When you do, you're going to get 4x is equal to 70, I think it's 68, and then you're going to divide by 4, and you can use your calculator on that. 4 goes into 68, 4 goes into 6, 1, that's 2 left over, and 4 times 7 is 28, and I think that works, so it's going to be 17. Now again, they might want to know what this one is, so you got to plug it in. So it would be 4 times 17 plus 18. So answer the question. If all they want is x, you're done. But if they want to know what EF is, you're not done. So make sure you multiply and then add. All right, we're going to pick up on number 23. Again, this is your part 2 on your practice test. So number 23 is right here. So look right here and listen carefully, okay? Now I'm going to make this bigger because I want you to see it. Now make sure you have your practice test out anyway. If you need a practice test, they're over there in that folder. All right, so this one wants you to find what are the measures of angle ABC. So angle A, put your pencil on the A, right here. ABC, let me look for it. ABC is right here. ABC is a straight angle. So we're going to say a straight angle. Okay, but the next one is DBG. So DBG is from here to here. Let's take a look at that. Now, how do you do it? Well, the way I would do it is, and it's kind of hard to see, and I'm looking at it, and it's not really set to 0. So what I would do is, I would say, all right, let's go, let me use a different color so we can see it. So DBG is this one. So here's how I'm going to do this. It looks like it hits at 125 degrees, but it's up a little bit. So I'm going to subtract, it looks like 15 degrees is what I'm going to say. So I'm going to subtract it and I get 110 degrees, so that would make it obtuse. Make sure you understand how I figured out what it is as well. Okay? Now the next one says, what are the measures? Okay, so this one right here, it also said what are the measures. So ABC was 180 degrees. I missed that one because I didn't do it. This one is 110. So let's go to the next one. What are the measures of ABD? So ABD is this little one here. So ABD looks like about 15 degrees. See, 10, 15. It might be about 16 degrees. So I'm going to say 16 degrees. It might even be 17 degrees. Okay, that one is acute because it's smaller than 90. And DBH, let me use a different color. So DBH is this big one here, which looks like this. And this one hits at like 143, I'm going to say. And then it's up a little bit. It's up about 16 degrees. So I'm going to subtract 16 degrees to compensate for this right here. So 143 minus 16, and I'm going to get 127. So this one, I'm going to say is 127, and it's obtuse. There it is. That's how you do that. All right, let's keep moving. This one says find the midpoint, number 25. Midpoint's easy. You just add up your x's. So you're going to say 9 plus 7 divided by 2, and you're going to add up your y's. Okay, this is easier than the one we did earlier. And whatever you get is your answer. That's 16 divided by 2. This one is 10 divided by 2, and that's your midpoint. So put an M right there. This one works the same way, so I'm not going to do it. Number 27, let's see what's going on here. What conjecture can you make about the fifth figure in the pattern? So let me see here. Let me think about this. It looks like it repeats, okay? It says 15th, okay? So we're going 15. So let's see. It's going to go trapezoid, rectangle sideways, and then up sideways. So that's every 3, okay? So it's 3 times 5 is 15. So the 15th one should look like this. Okay, if you have to, just draw it in a series of 3s until you get to 15. Okay, so if this is the third one, okay, and then 3 times 5 is 15, that's 5 of these. So that means the 15th one would be that rectangle that's shaded that's facing up and down. Okay, that's a conjecture. That's just looking at a pattern. All right, that's pretty much it. Your answers are on the back. All right, make sure you rework. If you need to, call a friend and get some help on how to do these before you test. Let's talk about MCR now. In MCR, we got to work these. This one right here caused some trouble yesterday. Yes, you do the parentheses first, but that's 6 squared. You got to do that first. So it's going to be -2 plus 6 times 6 is 36. Get rid of that comma. Okay, and then this one right here is 4 minus 7. That's going to be a -3 to the 3rd power. This right here, 36 minus 2, let me think about that, is going to be 34 times -3 times -3 times -3. 3 times 3 is 9 times 3 is 27. So that's going to be 3 negatives, so that's going to be a -27. So you see this is a positive and a negative. That's 1 negative. I know my answer is a negative. So 34 times 27, and that's going to give me 918. So a -918 on that one. This one right here, anything to the 0 power, you see those brackets, is 1. Anything to the 0 power is 1. All right, I'm going to give you one more to try, and then I'm going to give you your work. So what I want you to do is work this one. So put 2 and 1/5 minus 7 and 1/3. Copy that down. All right, go ahead and work that one. I would go ahead and multiply 10, 11 over 5 minus 21 plus 1 is 22 over 3. Take the biggest number, which is 5. Does 3 go into 5? No. Double it. Does 3 go into 10? No. 5, 10, 15. Does 3 go into 15? Yes. So you're going to multiply this one by 5 to get a 15 down here. You're going to multiply this one by 3, and so you're going to get 33 over 15 minus whatever that is. 5 times 2 is 10. Carry my 1. I think that's 110 over 15. I have more negatives, so I have to subtract, and I don't know what that is. So 110 minus 33, and when I subtract, I get 77. So it's going to be a -77 over 15 because I have more negatives. All right, today I'm going to tell you what to do, but if you have any more questions on this practice test, it is on video from yesterday, or you can ask me right now. Everyone else, we're going to be working in the book. I'm going to give you a light assignment, and then we're going to relax. All right, have a good morning.